Welcome back everyone. Like we all know, New World's release is just around the corner, and I'm sure you are all excited and hyped up about this. But now, everyone is starting to wonder what build they are going to run on release when they finally start flagging for PvP. So for today's video, I will showcase you the Great Axe and some of the best weapons to pair with it for PvP. Also, I will show you the full build path from level 1 to max level. This is the beginning of a little series that I'm doing where I will show you all the weapons and its best pairings. So stay tuned for more of these types of videos in the near future. But without further ado, enjoy the video. When picking a class in New World, it most of the time comes down to your playstyle, and if you are planning to play solo or in a group. So if you are planning to play solo, you're probably looking for a mobile build or something with good amounts of DPS to kill your enemies off quickly. And if you are planning on playing in a group, your options are way more flexible, but you want builds to synergize with each other so you can easily beat out other groups which don't have the same level of synergy that you have. Therefore, the Great Axe is a mighty weapon, in the right hands of course. It is a vicious weapon and deals massive amounts of damage. It also has really good sustain, mobility, and its abilities along with its passives makes this weapon one of the most, if not the most complete weapon in New World. Now let's take a look at the most common build path for the Great Axe. Your three main abilities will be Reap, Charge, and Gravity Well. But you could always trade out the Gravity Well with the Execute ability. This comes down obviously to personal preference. And let's face it, most of the time there are more than one players in your squad using a Great Axe. So you could have one using Gravity Well and maybe other ones using the Execute ability. But that is completely up to you and your squad. The rest of the build is pretty self-explanatory. And all these passives which are selected in this tree just enhance your damage output, your healing, and your critical hits which you are doing. Specifically with the Great Axe, you are going to start more on the tanky side of things, so you most likely do a 50-50 split in constitution and strength. So therefore you are always going to want to equip yourself with some heavy and light armor pieces to make sure you remain under the heavyweight threshold to have these bonuses available to you. Now let's get into some of the best weapon pairings to go along with the Great Axe. We have 4 of them, so let me show you each of them and the skills you will be taking on each. First we have the Sword and Shield. This together with the Great Axe makes one of the most, if not the most tankiest builds in New World for PvP. You have the defensive capabilities of the Sword and Shield Defender tree line, alongside with the massive damage and crowd control from the Great Axe, which makes this build deadly. Secondly, we have the Warhammer, and I'm by no means a Warhammer expert since I've barely used this weapon, but I've fought against it many times. And it's a nuisance of a weapon to deal with, since it offers such great crowd control and decent damage as well. However, I believe that this weapon is better suited for PvE and wars than open world PvP, because the skills are easily dodged in the open world PvP. Then thirdly, we have the Hatchet. Now the Hatchet on its own is an outright monster of a weapon, so no wonder this pairs well together with the Great Axe. The Berserk tree line is super powerful, since Berserk gives you chase down potential, and then Feral Rush can root your target for 2 seconds when it connects in the back, allowing you to go into your Great Axe and finish off your targets with ease. Now the last of our weapon pairings is none other than the Lifestaff with the Great Axe. This build, if I'm not mistaken, was popularized by The Duelist, which is one of the best PvPers in New World. This build, when you are in a group, gives you so much healing, and then on top of it you are doing insane amount of damage with the Great Axe. It's insane. Let me just show you a clip of how it looks in action.
Make it, do it, makes us.
Okay, Gears is here, he's coming in.
Faster, stronger.
Grab well.
More than
Creeping.
power, never,
Yep. Oh, this was a mistake.
ever.
He went in R chem.
Over.
R chem.
Faster, stronger. Working harder, make it better. Do it faster, makes us stronger. More than ever. Hour after hour, working never over. Working harder, make it longer than ever. After our work is never
We'll take
over. Working harder, making better, moving faster, faster, longer than ever. After our work is never over. Working harder, making better, moving faster, faster, longer than ever. After our work is never over. Working harder, making better, moving faster, faster, longer than ever. After our work is never over. Working harder, making better, moving faster, faster, longer than ever. Our work is never over.
Well guys, that was it for the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to smash the like button. Also subscribe to my channel if you want to see more New World content. Don't hesitate to drop a comment down below to tell me which one of these great axe builds you will be using on release. Like always, it's been my pleasure and I'll catch you in my next video. Peace!